This week, teachers across the country are reeling in the aftermath of another school shooting. WCNC Charlotte's Indira Esquiva spoke to educators and asked them about renewed efforts by some to arm teachers.
You just immediately take a minute and cry and just, say a prayer for those families that are out there dealing with that.
Rock Hill educator Sherry East says teachers are struggling, facing the reality they could become the last defensive wall between their students and a shooter. But East says arming teachers is not the answer to the problem.
I went to school to train students on how to learn about science and how to have lab and I did not go to school to learn how to defend my classroom from an active shooter.
The shooting has renewed debate on why more isn't being done to not put teachers in that position. High school English teacher Patrick Martin started the Safe Schools Project after the 2018 high school shooting in Parkland, Florida. He says you don't have to be pro or anti-guns to work together towards a reasonable solution.
The sad thing is that I feel like in some ways elected officials have chosen to focus on buzzwords to garner easy and cheap votes based on emotion rather than listening to prudent suggestions from their constituents. And that's really a hard thing after this, to see people jump on these bandwagons to try to earn votes in the wake of senseless gun violence.
Raising the age on buying this type of weapon is not saying you can't own this type of weapon. Saying you need some training before you own this kind of weapon is not saying we're not taking away your Second Amendment rights. I'm saying that closed-minded thinking is what's going to get more people killed.
And that was Indira Esquiva reporting. On Facebook, we asked teachers what they want to say in the wake of the Texas shooting, and hundreds of you weighed in. Here's just a sample of those comments here. Elizabeth saying school buildings need to be strengthened like airports were after 9/11. Officers at every school all the time, metal detectors at all schools for all who enter. Terry says mental health classes should be part of the school schedule, and so many more comments on Facebook too. You can also weigh in by heading over to our Facebook page.